I bring bad news from Ontario. Yesterday, the divisional court in this province upheld an anti-Christian ruling by the Law Society of Upper Canada. You may recall that a few months ago, the Law Society of Upper Canada, along with the law societies in British Columbia and Nova Scotia, decided to, in advance, ban any law school graduate from the proposed Trinity Western University Law School that's being planned for British Columbia. Trinity Western is a university that's been around for decades, and they teach regular secular stuff, like to be a teacher, and they want to teach the profession of law, Canadian law, not religious law, but they want to do so in a Christian setting. So, for example, students at Trinity Western voluntarily take on themselves a conduct code to live a Christian life. No swearing, no drinking, no gambling, no sex outside of a traditional marriage of one man, one woman. And it's that last point that got the Law Society so mad. They said that by following that Christian precept, this law school, this proposed law school, should not be accredited in BC, Ontario, or Nova Scotia. Now, Trinity Western appealed this anti-Christian ban. It appealed it in Nova Scotia and won the trial there, but lost yesterday in Ontario. I want to read to you a bizarre paragraph from the divisional court's ruling to show you just how bizarre the thinking is. I'm using the word bizarre, you judge for yourself. Here's paragraph 121 of the court ruling. If Trinity Western University wanted to operate its law school for purely religious purposes, it would be content to proceed with its view of the proper law school, but with the full knowledge that its students would only be automatically eligible for membership in the bar of some provinces while not of others. What does that mean? The Law Society is saying, well, you can still have your religious pretend law school, and you can get a pretend religious law degree. You just can't practice law. You just can't earn a living as a lawyer. So yeah, we're not against Christianity. No. How dare you say we're religious bigots? It's just not true. You can get all the pretend law school diplomas you like. You're just not allowed to practice here. They're saying that, they're admitting the point. They're saying anyone who wants to practice law as a living, as commerce, is banned, but that's somehow not religious bigotry, because if this is some religious exercise to learn contract law, they're not stopping that. It makes no sense. But how else are you going to square the circle? I mean, anti-bigotry is so ingrained in popular culture, especially in law societies with all their diversity training. If they were just to come right out and say, we don't like your Christian ideas, people would say, well, that's a bit bigoted. So they're saying, no, we don't mind your kooky Christian views. Just keep them over there. Don't practice law here. I mean, how do you call that anything other than anti-Christian bigotry? They are the real bigots here. And what makes me all the madder is that they are prejudging graduates who have not even presented themselves. By the way, there are lawyers in Ontario who went to other religious law schools too. In New York, there's a great law school at Yeshiva University, taught in the Jewish style. Regular law, but in a Jewish environment. There are lawyers in Ontario who went to Sharia Muslim universities in other countries. But Jews and Muslims are not banned. Gay lawyers obviously are not banned, but Christian lawyers are. Imagine swapping in any other religious or ethnic or cultural group for the Christians. This makes me mad as a Jew, because I remember learning that 70, 80 years ago, universities in Canada had a maximum quota for Jewish students. Schools like McGill turned away Jews because they didn't want too many of that type. How is this any different? How is this secular court and this benchers in 2015 saying no to Christians any different than those 70, 80 years ago who said no to Jews? As you may know, we're helping John Carpe of the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms fight back. He's a lawyer who has intervened in court alongside Trinity Western University's lawyers. He's gone to bat for Trinity Western in Nova Scotia, where they won, and in Ontario, where they lost. I'm certain that Trinity Western is going to appeal, and we've already started fundraising for the next court battle. If you want to join us, go to TheRealBigots.com and chip in. We forward the money. We just sent $12,000 about 2 weeks ago to John Carpe's Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. I want to send him some more. This fight is that important. That's my update, and we'll also talk a little bit later with John Carpe. Make sure to look for that video on the website too. For TheRebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.